In the Parco Agricolo Sud Milano, a tall line of Lombardy poplar trees opens the view over Villa Trenzanesio's estate towards the countryside. The view both sets the borders and stands in contrast with the Milanese skyline. The villas and castles that have flourished since the 14th century in the southern Milanese area embody a wealth bearing traces of much older origins. It is in fact possible to establish their foundations as far back as the Roman Empire. It is a wealth derived from the clever management of water. These beautiful countryside manors, surrounded by rogge and canals, big barns and mills, down to the smallest hydraulic components, reveal a rich and fascinating history. Towers lined with merlons and rustic walls of fortified farms tell us of a history written by battles and stronghold castles, which would then be converted by the families of the Sforza, Visconti and Borromeo into extra-urban residences. Their remains also reflect the pleasures of art and culture. Abbeys and religious, monastic centres, situated along waterways exiting the fortified city, had a crucial role in the singular development of the park. They are the workforce behind the tillage and reclamation of the land, and, more importantly, they managed to run these territories very efficiently, with a consequent net improvement of agricultural productivity. Three great abbeys of the Cistercians in Chiaravalle, Umilati in Viboldone, and the Mirasole Abbey managed to take direct action on the land thanks to their own assets and autonomy in decision-making. Here, in a land being slowly reclaimed throughout the centuries between hunts stimulated by the rich fauna, lunches, dinners and parties, it is not difficult to imagine that there might also have been disagreements about the cultural transformation. Many fine artists are at work busily capturing the history of these lands with their brushes. The use of manpower in farming, but also the emergence of new key professions in the management of the land, such as the campanaro, supervising the water system, and the fittavolo, looking after the farming business, gave rise to a distinctive system typical of the southern Milanese area, known as the Sistema delle Cascine. The system was at its peak during the 19th century through the rationalization of production and cultivation techniques, which in turn prompted the industrial development of the area. It is also necessary to remember the importance of waterways in the production of hydroelectricity. The Parco Agricolo Sud is not only about frugal life in the fields and farming culture. The park is also an historical and cultural heritage that has been both the key to this area's success throughout the centuries and a precious resource for its future development. It is a unique asset, unlikely to be found elsewhere.